Hello, Mavs fans, friends. Welcome to Pod Maverick After Dark. I'm Kirk Henderson. This is Josh Bowe. We're coming to you early Saturday evening. It's about 6:45. The Dallas Mavericks just beat the Utah Jazz 138-120. What's going on, Josh?
Yeah. Congrats to the Mavericks win. It is Thursday night. It is wait, no, it's not Thursday night. It's Saturday afternoon. Which is weird because I think didn't we watch this game already?
There's a lot. I mean, even the
I thought we just watched this game already.
Even the box score looks the same. Like, this is hilarious.
We could have legitimately just re-uploaded our podcast from Thursday, and I think maybe 3 people would have pointed it out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, all of 3 people are going to watch this podcast, so that would be appropriate. We're just, we're in the doldrums of the NBA season. Shout out to the hello, my other browser is playing something. Thank you, ESPN. ESPN's
oh god,
ESPN's autoplay stuff just is on a different tab. I had the Bills game up, so I'm watching the end of that one. This was just, it's from the start. When you elect to not play Kevin Love, Yusuf Nurkic, Yusuf Nurkic and Svi Mykhailiuk, you're saying I don't want to win this basketball game. The Jazz have plenty of good players, but Cody Williams, they have plenty of good players. Is like, you look at this in their roster, like the difference between them and the Mavericks, in my candid opinion, is the fact that the Mavericks have some better top tier talent. But it's not this bad. It's not unwatchable like pickup basketball bad. Like, they have to do this because otherwise they're in games and they don't want to lose their pick to the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Yeah, I mean, even if you say as an organization we're going to rest these guys, whatever. Well, yeah, the players that were still left for the Jazz were more than enough to just be competitive. Like, I'm not even not even to win. I mean, first off, they have enough talent to beat this Mavericks team.
That's right.
Let's not beat around the bush. Like, the Mavericks are throwing out some of their most hospital ball lineups that they've thrown out since last season when all those injuries started. Like, it's really not that different than when it got really bad last season and they were literally running out of guys to sign. They are getting close to that right now. And the Mavericks almost set a franchise record for points on Thursday, and they got within 11 points of that record today. So kudos to the Mavericks for, doing their job and like understanding the assignment. And then on the flip side of it, I want the Jazz to go to hell, and I don't want to see them on my television.
We've played them 4 times.
It's an embarrassment. Yeah, it's over. We won't. But I don't ever want to see. Like, I don't want to be flipping channels. I don't want to see them on my browser. I don't want to see them on my timeline. I don't want to hear from this team ever again. And, good on the Mavericks for dunking them into the Earth's core. So I hope we don't have to see them ever again. I hope they're so shamed that we never see them ever again. But yeah, it also makes it hard to talk about because it's like, these were basically open practices. These were basically scrimmages with the level of competitiveness that the Jazz showed. So the only thing I can really say about what Dallas did is they played hard and they took it seriously. But like, are we to expect they're going to make 18 threes?
They made 18. Jesus.
Yes, and they made 19, I believe. They made 9. They made 18 today, and they made 19 on Thursday. Like,
that's really funny.
They're after this game, they're going to play New York, Golden State, Lakers, Milwaukee, Minnesota. Like, they might lose 4 of the next 5 games, or I mean,
it's so hard to judge because I think they make some. They just have to make moves.
The Lakers and the Bucks are a mess, so they might win those games. But like, they're going to play. New York has been kind of weird too. But like, the level of competition going from these 2 Utah games to going to the Knicks is going to be like playing a junior high team and then going to play Duke. Like, I'm being a little facetious here, but like, maybe they win. They're the Mavericks. They'll probably play a clutch game Monday afternoon against New York but it's like, it's just, I don't know what to take from these games other than Clay's heating up, the veterans still care, the team cares, and Kid has this team playing hard, which is good. But like, am I supposed to say that this is going to carry through for the next 3 weeks?
Well, let's go through the injury report, because I think if you missed this game and you're listening to us because you're a loyal listener, number one, we appreciate you. But number two, it can't be stated how hospitable the Mavericks really were.
Yes.
Because you have the core four who are already out. Core four feels a little insulting, but I just can't help myself. Dante Exum, Anthony Davis, Kyrie Irving, Derek Lively. Those four are out and will be out, most of them, for the rest of the regular season. I'm just considering Anthony Davis out for the rest of the regular season until proven otherwise. Like, the stuff surrounding his hand injury is such PR bullshit. Like, he could have like gangrene and we wouldn't know, because he'll probably have like a glove on it. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Then on top of that, we learned before the game that D'Angelo Russell is out with an illness.
But he probably wasn't going to play anyway.
Right. I mean, I think
he would have played, but you know what I mean.
I didn't see him on the bench. Was he on the bench?
No, I mean, if he has an illness, I'm guessing you keep him home if he's got a bug.
Yeah, and I also can't help but wondering if he doesn't have an illness, is like the illness they're separating him from the team because he is. I don't know. I feel like he's a frustrating player, but like, kid not playing him is pretty fucking wild. Like, they could have used him at certain points, but that's a discussion for another day. PJ Washington is missing the game due to personal reasons. We won't say more than that because we are a basketball podcast. Then they're missing Daniel Gafford and obviously Cooper Flagg because of ankle reasons.
So that's what, 6 of literally their top 6.
Their top 6. Yeah. I mean, maybe Max Christie, and it kind of depends. Like,
it depends on where you put Clay and Christie.
Yeah, Clay, Christie, Najee.
But still, I think that's probably
and just let's be clear here. Gafford should not be playing. Cooper is the one where, if you want to criticize the Mavericks for their attempt at tanking, maybe. But I bet
he's
Cooper
been so banged up
next week.
Yeah, I mean, Cooper has played through numerous injuries. There's no point. Like, he needed to sit down, even if they were a playoff team. Like, he needed a break. Yeah, that's
right. And on the Jazz side, the only players who were out that we didn't is like Lauri Markkanen out for his second straight game due to illness. But frankly, I don't believe the Jazz. I mean, you can't disprove it. You can't. It's something like this, but I just don't believe. You know, the Jazz are ruining a key part of Lauri Markkanen's career, and by looking for a superstar, by trying to get a superstar in the draft, they're kind of ignoring the fact that they have a top 25 NBA player on their fucking basketball team. But they just keep jerking this guy around. He goes out and plays hard. I mean, I really like Lauri Markkanen. He's a guy that I missed on the most. I remember when Lauren Gunn worked with us, she was always advocating for him. And I'm just like, no, he sucks. And he very clearly does not suck. He's actually pretty outstanding. And I hate to see a guy's career go like this. And
they have a lot of guys that are good. Like, they have a pretty talented team.
And they were like actively not playing defense. I mean, they got to. It's just disgusting to watch. Like,
when you as an organization are saying we don't care about the outcome of these games, how can you expect the players to care?
No, I mean,
it's top down. It comes top down.
Bryce Sensabaugh and Ace Bailey are 2 of the most entertaining bully ball offensive players I have watched this year. Like, both of them. Like, Sensabaugh is a load. That guy, good Lord.
I'm always surprised by how tall Ace Bailey is too. When I watch him, he is very tall. He's very tall. And he's a guard. He's like a guard, but but he's a power forward.
An incredible balance from Bailey. He has a couple of spin moves in his bag where it's just like, I just haven't seen him enough, obviously, but it's one of those things where it's like, oh, that guy is real young. So some of these rookies are just so talented. And it sounds stupid to rave about a Jazz team that got beat by a gorillion points the past 2 nights,
but we're trying to make the point. We're trying to make the point of like how embarrassing this is. Like, look at again, the Mavericks, Dwight Powell, Max Chris, Brandon Williams, Dwight Powell, Caleb Martin, Moussa Cisse. I mean,
Jazz are more talented top to bottom with the team that they rolled out tonight.
The last 2 games. Yes. Yeah. And like, the Mavericks played a 10-day contract guy, averaged 22 minutes a game in these 2 games and was like, not bad. Like, it's an embarrassment. Like, it would have been honestly, you could argue it would be embarrassing that the Mavericks, like, if the Jazz kept these, like, if they would have won these 2 games, but by like 1 point, you would still be like, man, what are the Jazz doing? Like, this is the weakest the Mavericks roster has been all season. These 2 games have literally been the most shorthanded the Mavericks have been all season. And they're the 2 best, not only the 2 best offensive games they played this season, but 2 of the better offensive games they've played in franchise history.
I mean, the plus minus on this game is
they were 5 points away from their franchise record of points on Thursday, and they almost got there again tonight.
Do you see the plus minus for the starters?
Yes, it's hilarious.
I'm just going to read it to you guys. So again, the starters: Dwight Powell, Caleb Martin, Najee Marshall, Brandon Williams, Max Christie. There is not I don't remember where Najee Marshall was drafted.
He was a second rounder.
He was a second rounder.
I believe so. Or he was. I'll look now.
Okay.
I think
the other 4, not first rounders. 2 of them undrafted. Caleb Martin, pretty sure Caleb Martin wasn't drafted. Brandon Williams undrafted. Dwight Powell plus 35.
Najee Marshall was undrafted.
Undrafted. Okay, so 3 undrafted players and 2 second rounders. Dwight Powell plus 35. Caleb Martin plus 22. Najee Marshall plus 26. Brandon Williams plus 30. Max Christie plus 29. Like, Kyle Filipowski, like Keontae George, I'm pretty sure was a first rounder, and Ace Bailey was a first rounder. I don't know about that, but it's just, this is in terms of talent, like in pedigree is probably the better way to phrase it. The Jazz have more of it, and they are trying to lose. And what's going to happen to them when they get the 5th pick in the NBA draft? I'm going to laugh. I'm just going to laugh. I mean, you want to say I waffle on day to day on where I stand in terms of basketball karma related stuff, but you can't play 40 games like this, like the Jazz are doing. You just can't.
Yeah, it would make sense if, by the way, if this was if we were talking about this game and it was March 28th.
This is part of basketball. You throw it out there, right?
It's January 17th. And by the way, they're not like so far out of the play-in race. Like, it's not, I mean, it's kind of over now, but like before they started doing this, they were like close enough. And again, it's because, they owe a top 8 protected pick to Oklahoma City. Like, they want to lose. They don't want to give up that draft pick. Like, that's what it is. And I mean, the Mavericks kind of had that scenario in 2023, but the difference is the Mavericks didn't give up on their season until there were 2 games left in the regular season. And then by that point, they'd already lost control of their own fate. Like, they gave up on the season with those 2 games because even if they won out, they weren't going to make the playoffs. That's why they did that. Like, remember in like March of that season, like people were like yelling, like, why are they still trying to win games? And they would win a random game and people were freaking out. Like, they went all the way down to the wire on that season in terms of when they should have given up on it. They rode that out literally as long as they possibly could.
Right.
So again, like, it's just crazy. I mean, the Mavericks made 13 above the break threes today. Like, so
when they and Josh is pointing this out because they're gonna go. They had a cold game against Denver. Like, 3-point variance is. I mean, it's just it. It's variance from game to game as is. But when the Mavericks only really have Clay as a hot shooter, that tends to be much worse for them. And like, Clay's just been on one. Let's actually, let's take a break. We probably should have led with Clay stuff like we did last night instead of bitching about this game. But let's take a quick break and then we'll be right back. Thanks so much for listening to the show. If you have not subscribed, please do so. Helps us. I'm going to be posting more and more shorts to our YouTube channel. So subscribe to that. Subscribe to the audio feed. Listen to the ads. That helps us out. Josh and I will be right back. Okay, thanks so much for hanging out with us. I'm not going to do a Mavs party. My household is ill. My wife is fighting and putting one of the kids to bed right now, despite being sick, just because Josh and I wanted to get this over with. Not to say we don't love you guys, but you understand. We all have lives. This was on the flip side of this, enough, yelling about the Jazz. Like the Clay, I've got to say that I do enjoy Clay enjoying himself. Like,
he's having a lot of fun.
He's having a lot of fun. Crossed the 17,000 point threshold, 2nd game in a row. It's nice to do it in front of a home crowd, 2 games in a row where he's had this thing and like the chance to celebrate him. Because I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Clay plays like another 3 years, just because the kind of stuff that he does ages relatively well.
As long as he can keep making 40% of his threes, he will he will be in the league.
He'll be in the league, and he's big. He's a much bigger player than I think people realize compared to some of these other hot shooters that we've had.
Easier to hide him defensively.
Easier to hide him, and he tries hard. And the fact that he, one of the worries was sending him to the bench would. In Golden State, he openly pounded. Like, part of why they were okay with moving on with him. One of the things I've heard is that Steph Curry, they're friends, like they're brothers in a lot of sense on the basketball court, but they had to kind of get Steph's approval to move on from him, I think. And part of it, I think, was in the Warriors report, like this was all over the Warriors media. He wasn't happy about the concept of coming off the bench. Jason Kidd moved him to the bench. He has been useful off the bench. He is a 20 to 25 minute a night guy at this point. And the Mavericks are using him in that role. He's keeping them in games. You have stated your very good opinion that if they remove him from this offense, this comes crashing down in a hilarious way. So
absolutely. He is their floor spacing. He is their gravity. He's one man band when it comes to that. He was shooting 37% from three entering this game now, by the way. Think about how cold he started the season. And I'm going to guess after this game, it might be up to like 37.5, closer to 38 maybe, because he was He was oh my God, what was he? He was 6 of 11 from three again, after I think he was 6 of like 9 or what was he? He was 6 of 13 the other night. So yeah, I mean, his 3-point percentage is now good. 37%, 37% or higher on 7 attempts a game is bona fide good. So he's doing it again, because that's what happened last season.
And who knows what happens with him next, if he's on the team next year, if he gets traded now. But you just sort of got to build that into your expectation of him.
That he starts slow. But yeah, I mean, he's raising his trade value if they want to trade him. But at this point, like if they go to him and they're like, hey, we have this deal, and he says, no, I want to stay here, I don't know. I'm sure the on paper answer is doesn't matter, trade him anyway. Like that's the logical.
You do what he wants.
That's my take. Yeah, you should do what he wants. You should, absolutely. If he's having fun here and clearly he's rubbing off on the younger guys, like, sure. He sets good habits from all accounts, even though, like you said, he was pouting in Golden State in terms of his like work ethic.
Yep.
Like that stuff has usually never been in question.
Right.
So he does the right things. He's a good guy to set an example. So if he wants to stay, by all means, but also, good Lord, could you imagine him coming off the bench for like Detroit or Minnesota? Like, so it would be kind of a shame to not see him compete for another championship while he's still got this much juice. But if that's what he wants to do, then I think you respect his wishes, because he did sign here wanting to compete for a championship and kind of got the rug pulled out from him. So I think it's only fair to do what he wants to do. And
there's somebody from the Dallas Morning News, might have been Brad Townsend, who tweeted something to the effect of like, this is the second late career former superstar I've got to cover with the Mavericks, the other being like Vince Carter. And I really like that comparison, because like Vince Carter's first year as a Maverick, I hated him so much because he was still trying to do Vince Carter-y things. And then in the second year, he became such a valuable role player, obviously hitting the huge three in the Spurs series in 2010. Then they ended up moving on from him, which made me a little sad, but it's just, it's cool to see a guy like that in a Mavericks uniform. Like, we've got to watch, the 2012, 2013 season. It was the season where Dirk got hurt and we had a lot of Mike James. Like, we've watched some real garbo old Mavs vets, that show up. Yep. But seeing one like this, fun, like a Klay Thompson jersey, fun thing to have years from now. Be like, oh yeah, I got to watch the best 3-point, first or second best 3-point shooter of this era. It's fun.
I mean, good Lord. I mean, he might be the second best 3-point shooter of all time before he hangs it up.
With the other being his old teammate. That's the part that's so funny. The other, Caleb Martin, another, just, he's not good, but you just gotta appreciate his zest. He obviously
came back down to earth a little bit tonight.
Absolutely. But the hip injury was clearly very much affecting his mobility going back to this point last year. I mean, hips are really, if you're old, what hip problems are. And so cool for him to be able to get some time. Another interesting Jeremiah Earl game. Like he's the kind of guy where it's like if they just didn't have so many bodies, you'd wonder what they could do with him. But he's an NBA level player in a league that has stocked with guys that are like 10 to 15 on a bench, and they're just not space for him. It's a tough deal for him.
Right.
Is there anybody? Jaden Hardy missed a dunk that was the funniest fucking thing. Like he almost died.
Got up 13 shots in 17 minutes.
Just a legend. Absolute legend.
Miles Kelly made some shots, which was fun.
What do you think of him?
I don't know. I mean, he seems very comfortable with that off-ball movement shooter role, and I think that's such a valuable asset. Like, not asset, but that's like such a valuable archetype, because it's just anything that you can do to disrupt a defense without a live dribble feels really valuable. Like the fact that, like, if you can have a guy moving off the ball, disrupting a defense, it only makes your on-ball players better. Because if you've got a bunch of static players that can only stand still and shoot, and then you've got one guy, this was the problem the Mavericks ran into, the first 4 years of Luka, was they had the most gifted on-ball offensive player in the league, with a bunch of guys that were just standstill spot-up guys that could only score if they were spoon-fed open looks. And it would look great in the regular season because teams can't scout and teams can't do all this stuff over a long game. They can't practice. So Luka is going to spoon feed these guys every night. And then you get to the playoffs and these teams actually ratchet up the defensive level on the scouting report and run these guys off the line. It's like, there's nothing else here. So like having a guy like Miles Kelly, he's probably worth, I don't know if he's worth investing in terms of what the Mavericks can afford to do, but I like that he's here, and I hope that he gets more opportunities after the trade deadline if the Mavericks decide to retool the roster like we expect. But at this point, who knows?
He's a margins guy for me, in that if he was 6'7" instead of 6'4", he probably just finds a way to live on the roster. Now, that said, he doesn't strike me. I am a heightist. You guys have heard me talk about this all the time. You know who else is listed at 6'4" on the roster? Jaden Hardy. Okay? Miles Kelly is bigger than Jaden Hardy. Like, it's obvious because I have eyes. It's the way vision and things work. Kelly plays bigger and longer than maybe his listed height. That's where I'm sort of interested in him. Now, part of me is sickened having to talk about end of bench players again. Shout out to Gal Meckel and some of the guys from yesteryear. But I don't know. It's nice. I like seeing guys get a chance and succeed to a degree. That's all. Really nothing else on this one. As you mentioned, the Mavericks head to New York. New York is dealing with a couple injuries. Brunson has a ankle, and then Josh Hart is also kind of dealing with some stuff. But that's a Monday game, and that's also at 4:00. Martin Luther King game.
Flying to New York, so they're going to lose an hour.
Right. So it's but it's on Monday, so they get a whole day off, which is helpful. So we're gonna keep pumping out stuff. I'm pretty sure just due to you and I's schedule, I have to work Martin Luther King Day. Neat.
Yep.
Do you?
Oh, I don't have to work.
Okay. So we'll figure out.
But no school.
So you do have to work.
I do have to work.
We will. I'm guessing that night we will record kind of like normal.
Like if the game
8 or 8:30 kind of thing.
Right.
Just so everybody knows. Just we did it today because we both talked to our spouses and we're like, let's just get this done. But that's not going to happen on Monday. Anything else before we go?
No, I'm good. Let's get out of Dodge and look forward to a week of maybe competitive games. I know that sounds silly. The Mavericks won, but I would like to watch a competitive game. That'd be fun.
Too. Okay, see you guys Monday. This has been fun as it could be. Kirk Henderson and Josh Bowe of Pod Maverick. Go Mavs.